Hey guys, what I'd like to discuss today, in lieu of the Technique Tuesday video, although it is related to technique in some respects, I would like to discuss the number one thing that, in my opinion, helped me to progress as a guitarist, as a musician, in the early stages of my development. And it is also something that I think over time is the deciding factor on the progress that you make over a smaller period of time, shorter span of time. That number one thing, and I've talked about it before, is obsession. I was obsessed with the guitar when I first started playing. I didn't have any formal lessons until I was 18. I started playing when I was 14. And I remember that I would come home every night after I'd do my homework. I would come home and I would pick up the guitar and I would practice whatever to me was practice at the time, which was a lot of technique-based ideas, things to get my technique going. I would practice those things for hours. And I'm talking about 4 or 5 hours of playing, trying to figure out things that I heard on the CDs I was listening to, or things that as I was playing I noticed was an issue for me. So because of that extreme dedication and that obsession with the instrument early on, that to me is what progressed where I was. Now, I think that maybe there's some things that, to me there were some musical things that seemed to click, that may have helped in progressing along a little faster, but most of everything that I've been able to do was just taking something and obsessing over that one particular thing, or just the bigger whole, the whole of what I'm trying to do, which was play guitar. So, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because I have students who encounter they get into a rut in what they're able to do, or they can't seem to progress past a certain point in what they're working on. So what challenge that I give them is this, and I recommend that you try this too if it's something that you have not done. Take one passage, take a phrase or lick that you're working on, or take a portion of a riff if you're doing something like a rock tune. Take just something, scale practice, any of this. Take one little small snippet, isolate it, and don't count how many times you play it, because there's one thing that you can do, and that is to repeat something for so many times. And then there's another facet. You could also put on a timer and set it for, let's say, 5 minutes. So don't think about how many times you're playing this particular phrase or scale, but put a timer on for 5 minutes and continue to play that one thing that you're working on over and over. Whatever you do, don't try to go and, faster than your ability. If it's a speed thing that you're working on, slow it way down. It's the repetition. Unfortunately, there's not this great amazing, secret shortcut. It is about repetition, and don't worry about how many times that you have to repeat something. Right? Take 5 minutes and repeat something, and put the guitar down, or put it, whatever instrument you play, put it down and come back and see if you can do it again. 5 minutes, try it again. Can you play that over and over for 5 minutes? Now you have to correct. You have to, in some respects you could refer to it as like course correcting. You have to correct the mistakes that you're making. If you're making a mistake, if there's something that you're finding, fix it. Because this will do no good if you're trying to play something beyond your technical ability, your level, and you're repeating it and over and over incorrectly, that's just going to hinder what you're capable of doing and the progress that you're trying to make. So make sure that you're doing it correct. All right? So that's something that I think is key, and that's something that I find that is missing, and maybe it's something to do with an age group. I can understand that. I know that some people that play guitar early on are not going to make that their career choice. It's not a lifelong endeavor for them to where they're going to pursue it in such a serious manner. But that doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that if you want to progress, don't forget about that. Don't forget about the repetition. What you're trying to do is make a connection in the brain. And in order to do that, you have to keep repeating. You have to keep that pathway going. And it's, I compare it to, it's very much like a path, right? Where I grew up, there's quite a bit of wooded areas all around, and there's these four-wheeler paths. And in these four-wheeler paths, if you stop riding in those particular areas, it grows over, right? You have to keep consistent. 5 minutes every day doing that one thing, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, divide it off into 15-minute segments, whatever you need to do. So that's the thing that I think is missing. The number one thing is that practice, that repetition in an obsessive way that I think is missing in the progression of earlier stages of musicianship and even continuing on beyond that. I want to say thanks to all of you guys for the support, the comments that I get on here, the people, all of you who are subscribing to my videos. I want to thank you guys. That means a lot to me. It's still, difficult sometimes for me to imagine that there's so many people there that are in other locations that I may never meet that are watching what I'm doing and supporting what I'm doing. So thank you very much, guys, for what you're doing. I want to throw out a couple things here. The Technique Tuesday videos, next week I look to make another one of those and put that up. I am working on some material because I do have lessons that I have available. If you check out the links below, I have lessons that are available on musiclessons.com. And I'm currently working on a few things for that. And I do have Skype lessons. Oh, check out the music lessons video, the link, because I am currently until Sunday night doing this promo thing. If you want to check that out and see if there's any of the lessons or courses that you're interested in, please check that out and at least view the previews just to see if there's something that interests you. And if there's a question, leave a comment or send me a message. Also, I am offering up until I think maybe I'll extend it till Monday, but I'm going to throw out that I'm offering Skype lessons, 4 Skype lessons for the price of 3. If you're interested, please send me a message. I'd be happy to work on anything that you're going through in your practice. It doesn't have to be jazz specific. It can be anything dealing with improvisation or technique. It can be multiple styles. So please feel free to contact me and let me know if you're interested in that. Other than that, I want to say once again thank you. I hope that you enjoy these videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Share these with other people if you think that this information is useful. Thanks a lot again for watching, and I hope to see you soon.